Yes, we're live. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Welcome to our Wednesday live session here on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Happy to have you all here today. And I hope I can be heard. Yes, yes. Let me know you can hear me. Thank you so much, our cohort two leader, Madam Anne, for being here so early. All right. Okay. So we're here yet again to talk about something very important. So today we're going to be looking at structures that makes money stay. What are the structures that make money stay? Um, Let me see who has joined us on Instagram. Yes, well, Madam Linda Oko on Instagram. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. Um, all right. Okay, loud and clear. All right, so let's get into it. So today I want us to talk about the structure that makes money stay. The structure that makes money stay. All right. So like I will always say, making money is one skill, but keeping money is another skill. So a lot of times we think it's so we make it and we forget that there's a skill required to keep money. And if you don't have it, then you would find it difficult to make your money stay. Right? And this is one of the biggest truths that people discover very late. Because if any money alone created wealth, then a lot of people are going to be wealthy. If it's all about just earning alone, because some people, when people complain about money or about income, it's funny. If it's just about income alone, then there'll be billionaires everywhere. If it's just about that, right? But it's not just about income. It's not about income. If it was about income alone, lottery winners would stay rich. But have you seen the story of most lottery winners? The first 3 years of winning the money, they squander everything. So if it was about income, if it's about the money, the money earned, right? A lot of celebrities will really go broke. But every now and then, we read stories about celebrities who go broke. Most of the ones that you know, at some point in their life, they went broke. Why? Because they did not understand the skill of keeping money. They had no structures to help them keep money, right? Um, there's a documentary that we're currently watching in the Money Click, right? And I think it was in either the first or second episode of that documentary that they interviewed an athlete, who has just understood the need for him to keep money and invest money. There are a lot of athletes, there are a lot of celebrities who went through their careers earning enough, earning a lot. I'm talking about people who were earning in a year, they were earning over $1 million. But then immediately after their career, they had nothing. Welcome, Madam Tony George. Immediately after their career, they had nothing. Like they went broke, completely broke. I see Apostle Ifani in the house. Welcome, sir. Happy to have you here, sir. Sir Chris, you're welcome also, sir. Okay. So years down the line, these people went broke. Talking about people who are earning millions of dollars a year. Millions of dollars a year. There are other high income people too that if it was just about earning money alone, yeah, by now, automatically they'll be financially free. They'll be financially free, right? So it's not just about earning. In fact, there's a story of a particular boxer. I've forgotten his name, and it's not. It's not Holyfield. He's the big. I watched a movie about him. I've forgotten his name right now. He had to go back to boxing in his 40s because he was bankrupt. Because he was bankrupt, right? So it's not about what is coming in, it's about what you do with it. All right. So many people know how to make money. And like I always tell you, making money is the easiest part. A lot of people know how to make money. But few people know how to keep money. Only a few people. And what makes the difference between the people who know how to make money and people who know how to keep money? One of the things that make the difference is structure. And that's what I want us to talk about today. Structure. Right? Money without structure will leave you the same way it came. As they enter, it comes out. That's why some people earn more, but their money behaves like a visitor. It arrives and it will only stay briefly, very brief, and then it disappears. That's why people earn money, and by the second week of the next month, everything is gone. Everything is gone. Some people, 1 week in, their money, in fact, the visitor status of their money is a very high class one. You know, the high class visitors don't even stay at all. As they are approaching into the house, they are going out. That's how our relationship with our money, with some of us, with money is. Right? And it's not because these people are lazy, it's not because they've never earned enough, but because there is no financial structure holding the money in place. Right? So think of a structure like a container. Water without a container will just scatter everywhere. Money without structure will do the same thing. Right? So what is this structure? What is a financial structure? Right? Financial structure simply means creating systems, creating rules, creating habits, creating intentional frameworks that guide how your money is earned, how it is managed, how it is protected, and how it is grown. I will say it again. Your financial structure means creating systems, creating rules, creating habits, and intentional frameworks that guide how money is earned, how you manage it, how you protect it, and how you grow it. So your structure answers some vital questions. Questions like, where does my money go? If you do not know, you lack a structure. You lack structure. Your structure also answers another question, what percentage is saved? If you don't know, you lack structure. The structure also answers the question, what percentage is invested? If you don't know, you lack structure. How do I handle emergencies? If you don't know, you lack structure. What rules guide my spending? If you have none, you lack structure. How do I avoid emotional decisions with money? If you don't have them, you lack structure. So if you don't have a set of rules, a set of systems or habits that protects your money after you earn it, you completely lack structure. And without structure, your money becomes reactive. With structure, money becomes intentional. That's the reason why, see, if you don't lack structure, as your money is coming, it is going because you don't have rules. Anybody there are some people that their problem is people who are taking from them. And what is the structure if you don't want to overgive or if you don't want to be too wasteful, if I may put it like that? The structure is a rule on what to give. Some people give out money so far there's money in their accounts, they give it out. Some people give out until they become broke. Lack of structure, lack of systems, right? Now, let's look at what the structure really is. The number one structure in money is budgeting. Number one structure, budgeting. Budgeting is a structure. You know, one thing I always say about budgeting that is funny. You know, a lot of us work in organizations, with companies, work in places where we maintain a strict budget to deliver on our deliverables. But when it now comes to our own personal finance, we don't budget nothing. We don't budget at all. At all. Right? We don't budget anything when it comes to our own. We just wing it with our own. But if you see some of us that are struggling with our money, when you see us in our workplaces, oh my God, we are wonderful. You're wonderful with it. We maintain budget. You dare not go off course. So budgeting is your first structure. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like budgeting, and it's because they lack discipline. Right? Budgeting is direction. Budgeting is telling your money where you should go to. Budgeting is telling your money you have assignments every month. You tell so and so amount of money. This is your assignment to do this month. Because without giving money that assignment, that's when emotional spending will creep in. When there is no vision, when there is no goal for anything, then anything goes. Impulse purchases, money leaks, people asking for money, spending unnecessarily, right? You see yourself yielding more to social spending because there's no system to tell you that it's enough. Budgeting is there to tell you it's enough. It's enough. On this, it's enough. There's no system to curtail your celebrations. You always celebrate. Some people celebrate every weekend. They'll celebratory mood every weekend. You lack systems. You lack rules. You lack rules. Right? Unplanned generosity. Some people even give church donations beyond their capacity. Endless family emergencies. Without structure, every request from your family people will become an emergency because you are yielding in emotionally. So you need a budget. One thing a budget helps you do is that it helps you create boundaries. You earn 50,000 naira every month. What you can give to your people that you've decided is let's say 5,000 that you can give or 2,000. Now, the boundary there is you have budgeted 2,000. When 2,000 is exhausted this month and there is no emergency, when I mean emergency, life-threatening situation, you tell whoever it is, wait till next month when another budget comes. That's the system. That's creating boundaries. Number two is saving systems. Number one is budgeting. Number two is savings. Right? Savings is a system. Saving systems is a structure and it helps you to create stability. Right? So many people only save when they have extra money or when they feel like. And this means they will rarely save. So when your structure changes, instead of saving randomly, you create a system for saving. What is that system? You can tell yourself, first of all, to start with budgeting. And you tell yourself, I want to save 30% of my monthly income. You set up an automatic transfer to another account that you really do not have access to. You have a dedicated savings account for it. See, if you're saving money and you save money in the same account to use for your spending, then you don't have a system. You don't have a saving system. So part of having a saving system is that you have a dedicated savings account. You have a dedicated account for emergency funds. You have separate goal accounts. You want to achieve this, you have an account for this. You have an account for it. Because most times when you don't do it this way, everything gets mumbled up and you don't know when you cut into another. And before you know it, there's no savings at all. So when savings becomes systematic, discipline starts to emerge automatically. So make your savings systematic. Don't just do it anyhow, right? Systematize your savings. If there's anything like that, right? Put systems to it. Number three is investing. Investing. A lot of people approach investing emotionally, right? We approach it emotionally. But one thing about investing is investing also requires structure, right? Some people approach investing just anyhow it comes. If they hear today that GT stocks is the real deal, they jump into GT. They hear today that Zenith Bank, they jump into Zenith Bank, right? You know, I just remembered something now that I wanted to tell you. You know, I always used to tell people that when the buzz is high, then it's already too late. Talking about investing. So I always said this in all of my stock classes and most classes that I have here on live. And something happened recently that proved that. Well, it's not the end, but there's still more opportunities in that stock, and it's Zenith. So Zenith declared profits in 4 trillions, and or rather declared revenue of about 4 trillion, before they now had their profit. But then people started rushing to buy Zenith. Zenith went up from like 80 naira, 80 something, 85 naira, went up to almost 138 naira per share. Now, you see, it was in the midst of the noise, of the hype, that Zenith shot up. But who is making money, or who made money from Zenith Bank at that point? Is it people who bought it when they realized that Zenith had a revenue of a little over 4 trillion and a profit of a little over 1 trillion? Are they the ones that made money? No. It is the people that have been with Zenith Bank for the past few years now. They just didn't make money from Zenith in dividend. They made money in capital gains because the worth of their portfolio increased dramatically. So investing is about looking out for opportunities. But in looking out for those opportunities, you need to be systematized about it. Don't just pick anything that you see. Don't invest based on excitement. When those excitements are happening, it's already too late. If you're following social media hype, it's already too late. Whenever you see any stock in the news, trust me, it's too late already. Right? But the good thing about Zenith is that Zenith still has room to grow. In fact, Nigerian banks still have a lot of room to grow. So there's nothing wrong if you bought at that time. But I'm just wanted to teach you something with it. Right? So when you have a structure in your investing, it will prevent you from just buying anything you see. It will prevent you from just following social media to buy stocks. Right? Why? Because you have a structure. What does a structure look like in investing? It comes in form of a clear investment goal. That's number one structure in investing. You have an investment goal. You have a goal for your investing. This is what you want out of it. This is why you're getting into it. You're not doing it because everybody is doing it. You're doing it for a specific purpose. That's number one structure you need to put in. Number two is asset allocation. Asset allocation. You know how much you want to put into different assets. You know how much per time you want to put in stocks. You know how much per time you want to put in bonds. You know how much per time you want to put in real estate. You have it all planned out. You're not just winging it. So as your money is coming in, you're distributing according to the percentages that you've allocated for the different assets. Number three structure is diversification. It's you understanding that you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. Number four structure, which might be one of the most important, is consistent investing schedules. You making your investing consistent every month, month by month, not failing at it. That becomes a system. See, when you do something today and you do it tomorrow, you don't do it next tomorrow. It's not a system. There's no pattern. But you see, if you do it tomorrow, you do it next tomorrow, you do it 3 days later, you do it 4 days later, continuously, consistently, it becomes a system. Once there's a pattern, then it's a system. Right? So have a schedule. You can tell yourself at the 30th of every month, that's the day I'm going to buy stocks for that month. If you do it consistently, it becomes a system. And once it becomes a system, it means it has become a habit. You find it very difficult not to be in that place where you're investing consistently. You find it difficult. Right? Okay, so structure helps to protect you from making emotional mistakes, right? So structure around your investing, right? Another form of structure, which is number four, is boundaries. Boundaries are financial structure, right? The part of boundaries is uncomfortable for a lot of people. Very uncomfortable, right? But it's important. But it's important. A lot of people don't lose money because they don't earn enough. A lot of people lose money because of weak boundaries. I remember the one of the first few weeks in the money click this year, and somebody wrote and said, I just realized that for the past 10 years of my life, I've been leaving it for other people. I've been making money, but I've just been spending the money on every other person but my future. When you don't have boundaries, this is what happens, especially in our environments as Africans, because you consistently keep having constant family obligations. They won't stop coming, right? The family obligations will not stop coming. So that's why you must create boundaries around your spending. If not, by the end of the month, some people even come with emotions attached to it. You know, I come from a poor background. I don't know how they will survive and all that. But here is one thing you need to understand: you can't save somebody, right? Unless you save yourself. So you have an opportunity for wealth creation, but you're throwing it all away because you feel you need to bring up or every other person that is behind you. What I'm saying is, when you give yourself that opportunity to develop your wealth, you have an opportunity to help more people. But in the process of trying to help other people and you too, you go down, everybody loses. So save yourself first. Save yourself first and then start saving other people. But you can't save yourself first if you do not have boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, you can't save yourself. Right? Helping other people matters a lot, but you need to apply wisdom. Wisdom is key. In order to get wisdom, wisdom is important. Right? So you need structure in form of boundaries so that you don't drown while trying to save another person. You don't. And here's the thing: you might think you're the alpha and the omega of the family, and you're killing yourself for the family. The day you eventually crumble, the family will move on and they'll be all right. So only do what you can according to your capacity. Allow yourself the opportunity to grow. See, when you grow, that's when you help beyond just your family. You help at the population level, no longer at family level anymore. No longer at family level anymore. So please put boundaries, right? Put boundaries. Now, number five, number five is number five is discipline. Discipline. Discipline with systems, not just discipline. Number five is discipline with systems. You know, most times we just want to use discipline alone, but no systems. You will fail. If you say that, oh, you just want to rely on your discipline to make things happen, no system, you would, once in a while, you would yield to temptations. So, what do I mean by discipline with systems? What are the systems? So, we've talked about most of those systems. The discipline is your ability to tell yourself, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to get it. My yes is my yes, my no is my no. That's discipline. But combine it with systems. So when you combine it with systems, you now say, I am a disciplined person, I will follow what I say and I'll follow it to the end. Part of what I'll say is I would follow a budget. So the system is a budget. Now, when you have discipline and you have a budget, then you become stronger because your discipline would help you to follow your budget. When you have discipline and you have an investment plan, you will follow it through to the end. Your investment plan is the system. When you have discipline and you have an estate plan, you follow it to the end because your estate plan is the system. Talking about estate planning, you know, there's something about us from this part of the world. Nobody wants to ever talk about estate planning because nobody wants to talk about debts, right? But estate planning is important. It's important. If not, you're planning. A lot of people, they leave this world and they put their family in chaos. In fact, their debts become a problem to the family. because of issues of sharing inheritance and all things like that. But you can make sure that these things are properly planned out before you leave. You know, my father would say, you don't say anything without talking about death. Death is inevitable. So please plan for it. I know a lot of people who have told me their stories of how they struggled. They struggled in life, early in life, because they lost their parents early. One, one of them had their parents were actually wealthy, but because there was no plan, there was no guidance, they even squandered the money. So please put in plans, right? Now, use trusts where possible, right? Asset protection strategies, and have very, very clear financial rules. If you start family governance in time, it will help sort out a lot of these issues that happens when um, the head of the family is no more, right? Then one thing again, I want us to understand about structure and systems is that it will take a lot of stress away from you. You see, all these financial chaos, they often come from uncertainty, right? The financial anxiety you have is out of uncertainty. What do I mean? It is you not knowing where your money went. It's you not knowing what bills are coming. So everything, when this one comes, happy, your heart just flies. They said they just brought NEPA bill, your heart flies. But you should have estimated how much you should be paying for NEPA bill at the end of the month, right? At the end of the month. So not knowing would increase your financial stress. So you need awareness around your finances. Create structures that help you to have awareness, right? So that's what structure is about. It's about having clarity where you are, all right? And even before your income increases, when you have a better structure, it will help you to better maintain what is going to be coming in as extra. If not, it will go down the drain like the previous ones, right? And also remember that discipline becomes easier with structure. I want to emphasize on that again. Discipline is easier when there's a structure. And that's a lot of mistake people make. People feel that they are so disciplined that they don't need structure, they don't need systems, right? But when you have a system, it makes it stronger. So instead of relying on only your self-control for you to save, you have automatic savings. Instead of hoping you would not overspend, you create spending limits. As you're going out, you know that you can't spend beyond a certain amount on a particular account. Put a spending limit. Just hope on your willpower not to do something. Add the willpower plus systems. Jam it together. Right? Instead of trying to remember to invest, right? Schedule recurrent investing. Don't tell yourself, don't worry, I'll remember every month I'll invest. You might stay 3 months, you've not remembered, and you'll still spend the money. So set it on automatic recurring investing. Let's say, for example, you want to be investing in GT and Zenith every month. So set it on your app. Most apps now where you can trade can do that. So you just set a particular amount that you want to be bought for that stock every month, and every month it's automatic. That's a system. You eliminate forgetting, you eliminate change of mind, you eliminate a lot of things. All right. So structure allows discipline to emerge automatically. All right. So you stop fighting temptation every time. You design an environment to support a better behavior for yourself. So many financially hardworking people still struggle not because they lack effort. They struggle because they lack structure. They lack structure. A lot of people lack structure. And that's one thing that most of us actually need to fix. Yes, I love what Madam Tony George just posted on Instagram. So she said, the arm of flesh will fail you, right? So ye dare not trust your own, be disciplined. Thank you very much. Discipline plus system. right? Discipline plus system. Nobody is, yes, there's nobody is indispensable. So please try to combine. I know you mentioned this when I was talking about putting everything in the family, as in doing everything, seeing yourself that you're the all and all of the family. If they are not there anymore, if you are not there anymore, they will survive. I say it again. Thank you, Madam Sony George. Just saying that now. All right. So if you do not have structure, then you will struggle because you're going to lack awareness, you're going to lack discipline as well. Because as your income they enter, rent they show up, school fees is showing up, family request is showing up, church commitment is showing up, celebrations are showing up, transport cost is showing up, lifestyle is showing up, emotional spending is showing up. If you don't have a structure with boundaries to help you, then you're gone. Right? Without the system, money is just scattered. You start with the first that you can see. And by the time you get to the last, you realize that you spent money on things that don't matter. And you still need to take care of the last, and that's how you get into debt. All right. This is the reason why. See, lack of structure is the reason why some people touch millions, multi-millions, billions, and eventually end up poor. It's lack of structure. It's lack of systems. Anytime you see anybody that they tell you, when this person was in his prime, please just know that this is somebody who came in contact with wealth without structure. Please don't be that person. You have time now to change that story. Don't be that person that they will look at and say, I know when this man he was doing well. If that story is ever yours, then it means that you did not manage your money well. You lack money management. And that's the reason why also in this week, we're having our money management 101 course. And it's one course that I'm going to encourage a lot of people, everyone to be a part of. If you've never taken this course before, come on board the Money Management 101. We started yesterday, right? And today is going to be another awesome time this evening. And you can still join us. You can still register. You get the replay of yesterday. Join us live today. Join us live tomorrow. All right? Please be a part of it. Be a part of it. Sorry, that's the wrong flyer. Here is it. Please be a part of it. Right? Be a part of the Money Management 101 course that is coming up. Right? Or that has already started instead. That's already started. So be a part of it. Also, remember, like I would always tell you, that there is no investing without knowledge. And that's the reason why also the how to make money from stocks is also coming up again. All right. It will keep coming up in this year. Almost every quarter we're going to have how to make money from stocks webinar. Please don't miss it. Please do not invest just because everybody is investing. Understand what you're doing. It's important. If you don't, trust me, you will pay the price. A lot of people have paid already. Some people who are watching me now have also paid. But of course, they will just blame it on every other thing apart from themselves. Like people who invested in stocks in the past and it didn't work out, they will just say, stocks don't work. No, it is you who does not work. Now you will not work. Maybe the stock will not work. All right. So please try to do the needful. So we're going to round up very quickly. All right. So I want to round up like by saying that money usually doesn't stay where there is desire alone. Because most of us have is just desire. Money stays where there is structure. Right? Because what you fail to organize, you will eventually lose control over. So making money is important, very, very important. But sustainable wealth requires more than earning power. It requires systems, requires boundaries, requires planning, requires discipline, requires intentional financial design. That's also the reason why I'm inviting you to the Money Management 101 course. Please be a part of it. So structure is often what separates people who merely make money from people who actually keep it. But if you want to learn how to keep money, you need to understand how to structure yourself to keep money, right? Money Management 101 is there, or is here to teach you all about it, right? So this is where we come to the end of today's class. Yes, this is where we come to the end. Today's not going to be a very long class. Yes, so people be wondering why we're ending now, because we want to end now. Yeah, okay. But if you have any questions, please bring up your questions. And then remember, I want you to remember one thing, that if you are here in this very live session today and you're not yet a member of the Money Click program, either the one we're doing now or the one that will come later in this year, in the year 2027, you have an opportunity to be a part of the Money Click program. Trust me, you want to be in the Money Click program. The Money Click is a place for you to be, right? Join us today in the Money Click. The 2027 Money Click program registration has already started, and we already have quite some good number of people who are there already sitting and waiting. And you can be one of them if you are not there already, right? Please do and join. And in the meantime, remember, we have the Money Management 101 waiting for you to come and learn. Please do not ever do not ever think that you do not have any reason to learn about money, right? Whether you learn about money or you don't learn about money, it will affect you. Whether you're concerned about money or not, it will affect you. So why not just learn about it and be on a better ground? All right. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. I see my apostle in the house. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Please join Money Management 101. If you've not taken the course, please, you need to be there. Yes. I see Mr. Joseph. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Joseph has been a bona fide member of the Money Click program since inception, right? Mr. Joseph is saying that Money Click is truly the place to be, and it is, right? It is. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much, Madam Anne. For those on Instagram, Madam Tony George, I see you. Yes, Money Click to the world. Thank you so much, Lakuzi. Thank you so much, Madam Linda Oko, and everybody who joined us on today's live session. Remember, we're going to be back here again tomorrow. Remember, we're always here every Wednesdays and every Thursdays by 12 noon. We never fail to be here, right? So remember to also join us again tomorrow. Put up a system to ensure that you're here tomorrow. Don't just rely on you remembering to be here. Don't rely on it. Put a system. That system can simply be an alarm clock. Set an alarm that by 12, it will remind you to join us here, right? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Yes, thank you so much, my apostle sir. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you, Madam Ebele. Thank you, Madam Tony George. Thank you, Madam Blessing, and everyone who has joined us here today. Madam Anne, Mr. Chris, I see you all. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. See you all tomorrow again. Bye-bye.
Guy, how far now?
Omo, I'm not really fine. Do you know they paid me last week, and right now I can't even boast up to 10,000 naira in my account.
Seriously?
Yes.
Did you budget?
Which one is budgeting? Now I'm not a politician.
That's why your money is missing like NEPA light.
But I didn't buy anything serious, shoes, bags, the thing that guys need now. And just like that, fiam, the money has disappeared.
But it's all these little things. That's why it's taking your money.
Nah. But what should I do?
See, you have to create a budget. You have to track your spending. You have to prioritize your needs over your wants. And you have to save before you spend, not the other way around.
So what you're trying to say that this money management thing is no child's play?
It's no child's play at all.
The Money Click is an annual financial literacy program to help you up your money game. The Money Click is not just about money, it's about mindset. So in the Money Click program, go beyond budgeting to rewire your thinking, to rewire your mindset, to change your thinking about income, to change your thinking about money management. So we'll help you grow your income, we'll help you manage it, we'll help you invest with confidence. Money is not just about what you know. Money is more about how you behave. And every day in the Money Click program, what we'll try to do is to influence how you behave about money. This is not just financial education. This is financial transformation. I will hope to see you become a part of it. Thank you.